Sean Sewell with Engearment.com. It is summer of 2025, and that means it's time for some shorts. So I have here 3 of my favorite shorts from Kuhl, one of my favorite companies, to go over on fit, features, and functions. First, we have the Dissipator Air short, which we reviewed. These are men's size large. Then we have the Silencr Kargo short, 34 by 8-inch version. And then what I'm wearing right here is the Upshift short, 34-inch inseam by 8-inch length. In this video, I'll go over how they fit, how they function, and what features you might like to make sure you pick out the best pair of shorts for you. So let's get into it. First, we'll start things off with sizing. I am 6'1", 220 pounds, 45-inch chest, 34-inch waist, and 32-inch inseam. Both of the shorts, well, all the shorts are going to be an 8-inch version of the short. The 9-inch version on the Dissipator, because there's a 7 and a 9. And they have a lot of different features, materials, stretchabilities, and functionalities. So I'll go with my favorite one first. This is the pair I wear the most. This is the Upshift. The color is blue. You get 2 nice hand pockets that are stretchy right here. You do get the tried and true cell phone pocket, and yes, it'll hold the big cell phone, whatever you have. You get 1 zippered rear pocket for your wallet. You do not get 1 little side pocket here, which Kuhl usually puts in on shorts. That's where I put my dog poop bags and stuff like that, or a pair of sunglasses. You don't get that with these. What you do get is a very lightweight, very stretchy, very kind of trim short. It's a pretty trim short. Then you get a nice buckle. It's not a snap. So a lot of Kuhl shorts from the last couple of years were a snap. And if I got into a deep deadlift or a heavy squat, it would pop open sometimes as my abdominal pressure is created right there. If you're a lifter, that might make sense. And if you're a lifter, this might be the better alternative for you, because that does not pop out of place. It's a nice, well-made button, goes in there, and I'll show it in closer detail in a second. Works really nice. All right, up next, I'm going to show you the Silencr, which is going to be, I'll show you up close first. It's a thicker material. You can see here's a thicker material. Still has 4-way mechanical stretch, but not as much stretch as the Upshift, nor as much stretched as the Dissipator. See, there's a lot of stretch there. The Silencr Kargo does have all the same pockets, but also sneaks in some cargo pockets on the side right here. So on the side, boom. So you get a cargo pocket right there, and you get a cargo pocket equally on the left side, on top of 2 rear pockets and nice deep pocket. And again, just like the ones I'm currently wearing, they have this kind of elastic pocket right there. How that differs from the Air is even more lightweight, has more stretch. It is elastic in the band, whereas you saw the Silencr Kargo is a nice button right there. Same thing with the Upshift that I'm wearing. So if you want a slip-on short that'll accommodate your vacation eating habits, this might be the one. Plus, I use these as swim trunks as well, and I'll show you why. Got mesh. See the mesh right there? So it dumps water. They all will breathe really quickly if they get wet. We were at an outside music festival this weekend, and it rained sideways. Had to seek shelter and all that. But these got wet, and they dried right away. It's pretty awesome. Stay tuned. I'll show you how these other 2 look on me. Here's one last gander of how this looks. Stay tuned for part 2 and part 3. Part 2, we have here the Silencr Kargo short, size 34. Remember, my measurements are 220, 6'1", 45-inch chest, 34-inch waist. These are 34-inch waist by the 8-inch inseam. Now they seem longer a little bit than the Upshift, and that's okay with me. So here's the fit. They are a mechanical stretch, not a material stretch. Keep that in mind. You get the 2 hand pockets, and they come down as opposed to coming in. You get 2 drop, not zipped, 2 drop rear pockets. You get the cell phone pocket, of course. You get those 2 cargo pockets. There's a cargo pocket here. There's a cargo pocket here. They're very attractive. It's a nice material. Again, I have somewhat athletic legs by trade. I teach people how to use kettlebells and swing them and squat them and stuff. So I got kind of big legs. And these are a little bit tight for what it's worth, especially when I get my wallet in here, cell phone, everyday carry knife and pen, and my truck keys, and some dog poop bags. It adds up, but I've had these for about 2 months, and they are very comfortable Very attractive and comes in several colors. This is the 8-inch version. You can get it a 10-inch version and even a 12-inch version. So this is our like go-to short for the summer. A lot of variables, a lot of variety, different colors and sizes. So check those out. These are $79. The Upshift short I just showed you are $79. Up next will be the Dissipator Air. They're $89 and there's some different features. Let's check it out. All right, part 3. These are the Kuhl Dissipatr Air shorts. So these actually are elastic, right? So this is a size large. And I've tested out mediums and larges in Kuhl. I'm currently wearing medium-sized boxers, and I always do. I've gotten away with mediums, and I've gotten away with larges. Sometimes the larges are a bit larger than a large, and I feel like these, once you load them up with a wallet and keys, these do become a little bit larger. There's plenty of space in the waist. I probably could have got away with the medium, but just for what it's worth. You get 2 pockets. They come down, and like I showed you earlier, they are mesh back, so these are great for using on the water. I use them when I'm doing my cold plunge, or when I know I'm going to be outside and wet. They dry quickly, very, very quickly. You do, of course, get the side pocket for the cell phone. You get the zippered rear pocket, just one of them, kind of like the Upshift right there. And do not get the side bag for the ever popular dog poop bag, which I always keep. So how these differ is they slide on. Like I mentioned, they slide on and they have elastic. There is the button on the Upshift, nice embroidered Kuhl button, and it goes into the slot real nice. And then on the Silencr Kargo, same thing, nice big button. No button on these because they just slide on. And I've had these as long as I've had these for like 4 or 5 months. And again, I use them a lot for casual use, mowing the yard, staying in the fence, jumping in the cold plunge, or the hot tub if we're testing out the super tub when we have it in hot tub mode. Very comfortable. They run a little bit big. This is the 9-inch version right here. I probably could have gone with a medium and a 7-inch and had some like really nice, stylish, short shorts. And I might go back and pick up another pair. But yeah, good color, good fit, very comfortable, dries quickly. The short that I'm using the most, though, is of all things, the Upshift short. It just looks good enough for me to go on a date night, works well enough for me to go for a hike, and I can train in them, literally. So there it is. Hopefully seeing all 3 of these, the fit, the functionality, the sizing, and the hand placements and all that was helpful. If it was, a thumbs up be appreciated. I have a lot more from Kuhl coming up this summer. If you want to see that, consider subscribing to our Engearment YouTube channel. Link is right there. I'm Sean Sewell, the owner and Director Stoke for Engearment. Until next time, take care.